The whole city believed the Hunt family had taken in a useless beta. Yet on the banquet night, every alpha in the hall bowed down at my feet. I'm a native lad from the northern wastes. My adoptive father taught me one rule. If anyone bullies you, hit back hard. When I turned 18, my biological parents came looking for me. They said I was the legitimate young master of the most powerful alpha family in the main city. They also told me I had a childhood betrothal to Freya Ford of a wealthy family. Figuring the main city had better resources, I decided to check out this so-called home. As soon as I stepped through the door, Owen Hunter, the adopted son, came down the stairs to greet me. Right in front of all the relatives and servants, he held out a pair of worn slippers.
You've just arrived. I'll show you around and explain everything about the family, little by little.
Before I could take them, a cold laugh echoed from the doorway. Freya leaned against her car, looking me over like I was a defective piece of goods.
Uncle Hunter, are you truly set on this marriage? The Ford family needs an alpha who can stand proudly in public, not some uncouth beta who doesn't even have a beast form.
Harsh as her words are, she speaks the truth. You'd better learn some proper manners first, or you'll bring shame on the Hunter family.
Owen's eyes turned red, and the fox fur and the tips of his ears fluffed up.
Ella, Freya, please don't speak to him like that. He grew up far away. It's only natural that he doesn't know our ways. I'll teach him, slowly.
I set my duffel bag down on the floor and let out a laugh.
What's this? I barely set foot in the door and you're already trying to put me in my place?
How dare you speak in such a tone? Owen kindly offered you slippers, and this is how you repay his kindness?
I stared at her and sneered.
Kindness?
I nudged the fuzzy, worn-out slippers with my toe.
Owen, those are the latest style on your feet, aren't they? You're practically preening. Where'd you dig up these beat-up old things for me?
The whispers among the servants in the yard died away instantly. Several of them flattened their beast ears nervously. Owen froze mid-gesture, and tears welled up in his eyes in an instant.
Karen, you've misunderstood. These are my old slippers. I thought we're about the same build, so you'd find them comfortable.
Freya let out a scoff of disdain.
Can't you even speak politely? Bullying Owen the second you get here. Truly ill-bred.
And who exactly do you think you are?
I am your fiancé.
Oh, my fiancé? Then let me ask you something. You say I have no manners, yet here you are berating your own fiancé in front of everyone.
Going on and on. I fixed her with a cold stare.
Where's the etiquette in that? Is this how your family was raised?
A heavy silence fell over the yard. Several relatives froze with teacups in their hands, exchanging awkward glances. Ella stepped forward and lowered her voice in a warning.
Watch your words. Do you want to make a fool of yourself here?
I looked straight into her eyes.
Ella, you're my elder sister.
Ella was caught off guard.
I traveled for more than a dozen hours to get here. Not a single word of you must be tired. All you do is tell me to learn your rules.
My voice was quiet, yet loud enough for everyone to hear clearly.
Let me ask you this. You left me in the northern wilds for 18 years. Who taught me all these so-called main city rules?
Ella's face flushed red, then pale, and she could not utter a single retort. Owen's eyes grew watery again, his voice trembling.
Don't be angry. Ella and Freya are just worried.
He sniffled, tears clinging to his lashes.
You're new here and unfamiliar with everything. I can teach you, step by step. The main city has so many rules. It's okay if you don't know them yet.
He hung his head as he spoke, tears glistening on his eyelashes, putting on a thoroughly pitiful display. A servant quickly handed him a tissue. After Owen spoke, the way everyone in the yard looked at me shifted. Beneath the influence of his manipulative alpha pheromones, they all saw me as the bully. Finally, my mother, Windsor Hunter, hurried out of the house.
You must be exhausted from the journey. Pay no mind to them.
Before she could finish, Freya let out a cold huff and strode to her car.
Uncle Hunter, I will speak to my father about calling off this engagement.
She slammed the car door shut, and the engine roared to life. Ella's face turned completely grim. She shot me a look, convinced I had caused a huge disaster. Windsor Hunter squeezed my hand, repeatedly telling me not to take it to heart. I ignored her. I reached into the side pocket of my duffel bag and pulled out my phone. I opened the top chat and sent a message to my adoptive father.
Dad, I'm here. This family sure loves picking fights.
Within 3 seconds, a voice note popped up. A long wolf howl echoed faintly in the background.
Which rascal is picking on you? Spit it out. I'll buy a ticket right away. And go sort him out.
A smile tugged at my lips as I listened. I typed a reply. No need. I can handle this myself. I slipped my phone back into my pocket and grabbed my duffel bag.
All right, everyone, disperse.
I swept my gaze over the hunters.
Where's my room? Show me the way.
A steward led me to a room on the second floor, east wing. The moment the door opened, a thick, damp odor washed over me. The room faced the wrong direction, its window looking directly out at the backyard waste transfer station. The curtains were old and frayed at the edges. The bed linens were neatly folded, but the pillowcase clashed horribly with the quilt. I set my duffel bag on the floor and pulled open the wardrobe. It was completely empty. I checked the nightstand drawers next. Bare as well, not a single hanger inside. I took out my phone and photographed the tattered curtains. Next, I captured the mismatched bed linens, the empty wardrobe, and the waste area visible outside the window. I saved all the photos to a new album titled Hunter Family Journal. Dinner was served soon after. The whole family sat around the long dining table. Father Wraith Hunter sat at the head of the table, with Windsor Hunter to his left. Ella sat on his right and Owen beside her. I was seated all the way at the far end. Owen acted unusually docile. He stood to serve soup to Wraith Hunter, then helped Ella to some food. When it was my turn, he carried the soup bowl all the way around the table to reach me.
This soup is good for your health. Try some.
He spoke loud enough for everyone at the table to hear. I did not take the bowl.
Your table manners are terrible. You'll be laughed at any formal main city banquet.
Windsor Hunter was about to speak, but Owen cut her off first.
No one has ever taught Karen these things. He'll learn in time.
He gave me a sweet smile.
I struggled for ages to get the hang of proper dining etiquette too.
I set down my cutlery and looked up at Ella.
I can eat just fine. Why bother how I hold my utensils? If it offends you, don't look. No one's forcing you.
The atmosphere at the table turned icy. Wraith Hunter cleared his throat.
Enough. Let everyone eat in peace.
His tone was mild, but his gaze held a clear warning for me.
I know you're upset, but let's not stir up trouble tonight.
I pulled my hand away and continued eating. After dinner, I stepped out of the dining room.
I know you're feeling hurt. That's just Ella's temperament, so don't take it to heart. Come to me anytime if you need help. There are so many rules here in the main city, and I'll teach you everything.
I stopped walking and turned to face him.
Owen, earlier in front of the whole family, you mocked me, saying I can't even use cutlery and need you to hold my hand and teach me. Isn't that right?
The smile froze on Owen's face. I took a step closer and lowered my voice.
Put on whatever act you like around others, but save it when you're alone with me. I grew up in the northern Wades. I've seen all kinds of people. You better tuck that foxtail of yours away.
Owen stumbled back, his voice shaking.
Karen, you've misunderstood me. I truly mean no harm.
Footsteps echoed from the stairwell. Ella stood at the top of the stairs and witnessed Owen stepping back with teary eyes. She marched down.
Karen Hunter, what are you doing? What has Owen done to you? He's lived in this family his whole life and has treated you more than kindly. Don't push your luck.
I shot her a glare and paid her no mind. I walked straight upstairs, entered my room and shut the door. Leaning against the door, I pulled out my phone and opened the chat with my adoptive father. I read his latest message.
Son, I may not have the power to shield you from everything. But remember this. If anyone tries to make you bow, stand tall and let them see how proud you can be.
Early the next morning, Windsor Hunter knocked on my door. She told me the Hunter family was hosting a family gathering and all the relatives were eager to meet the long-lost young master. I opened the empty wardrobe from the day before. 2 shopping bags had appeared inside, holding a faded linen shirt and a loose loungewear set. All the price tags had been cut off. Meanwhile, sounds of unboxing parcels came from Owen's room next door. Wow, these 3 outfits are all brand new from this season's boutique collection, a servant's voice carried over. I tossed the 2 new garments back into the wardrobe. From my duffel bag, I pulled out a clean white shirt and a pair of jeans. When I went downstairs, the living room was filled with relatives. Owen wore a pale yellow casual blazer. He smiled warmly as he poured tea and exchanged polite pleasantries with the elders, his voice bright and sugary sweet. The moment I walked in, the room fell quiet. Every eye fixed on my jeans and plain white shirt.
So this is the boy who was raised outside? He's quite handsome, but look at how he's dressed. Not a trace of beastly aura about him either. Just a beta. What a shame.
Owen jumped in immediately.
Auntie, don't say that. Karen hasn't had time to buy new clothes yet. I offered to take him shopping, but he turned me down.
I sat down on the sofa and glanced at Owen.
I did turn you down, that's true.
I picked up a teacup and took a sip.
Because the clothes you tried to give me were 2 sizes too big.
Silence descended once more.
I just worried they'd be too tight on you.
I laughed.
We wear exactly the same size. Why buy clothes too big for me? Were you afraid I'd outshine you if I dressed well?
Owen's face drained of color, and his eyes welled up again. In an instant, his pheromones washed over the crowd, and everyone present once again felt I was being unreasonable.
Karen, we have guests here.
Must you be so sharp-tongued? Owen means well. Can't you show a little gratitude?
Wraith Hunter sat on the main seat and said nothing, but he set his teacup down harder than usual.
That's enough. It's all trivial. Karen, I'll take you shopping for clothes this afternoon.
I did not reply. I leaned back against the sofa cushion, watching the varied expressions on the relatives' faces. Just then, Freya pushed open the front door. She carried a bag of fruit and handed it straight to Owen.
Owen, these cherries are for you. You mentioned craving them last time.
She did not so much as glance at me. A shy look crossed Owen's face.
Freya, you're betrothed to Karen. Isn't it inappropriate to give me a gift?
Yet loud enough for everyone to hear clearly. Freya finally turned her head and shot me a cold look.
Let me make one thing clear. This engagement was arranged by our elders, not something I agreed to. The Hunter family needs the succession of superior alpha genes, not a talentless nobody like you.
Her tone dripped with condescension.
If you have any sense, you'll take the initiative to call off this engagement and stop wasting everyone's time.
Exactly. The Ford family's status, Owen would be a far better match. He's an heir gang alpha with a stunning red box beast form after all.
Ella kept silent. I stood up and brushed dust off my jeans.
Freya, you can rest easy. I have zero interest in you. I'm calling this engagement off. No arguments. If you want out, have your father talk to mine.
I nodded toward the door.
Don't act high and mighty around me. Who do you think you are?
Before anyone could react, I kicked her chair hard. I shut the door, cutting off Freya's angry shouts. My phone lit up. A message from my adoptive father appeared. Son, how are those people treating you? Come home if things are bad. A week later, Windsor Hunter told me the Hunter family was hosting an exclusive gala for business partners. It was meant to formally introduce me to high society. Windsor Hunter held my hand and spoke earnestly.
I've ordered a custom suit for you. Dress nicely tonight and let everyone see our Karen.
For the first time since arriving here, I felt a flicker of warmth in this home. On the night of the gala, I opened the walk-in closet. The custom suit was gone. In its place hung an old, outdated suit that belonged to Owen, still tagged with his name. I called Windsor Hunter right away. She sounded flustered on the line.
That can't be right. I told the servants to hang it in your closet.
Her words were cut short by Owen's cheerful laughter drifting up from downstairs. He descended the staircase wearing an ivory-tailored suit, the exact one Windsor had described as mine. I ignored the old suit. I put on my own jeans and headed downstairs. The banquet hall was bustling. Owen linked arms with Ella to toast the guests. Everyone praised him as he moved with poise. What an outstanding young master the Hunters have. A true A-rank alpha, so gracious and composed. Someone noticed me walking in and whispered to the person beside them.
Who's that? One of the household staff.
Owen hurried over.
This is my elder brother, Karen. He just got home recently and is still adjusting. He's only a beta with no beast form, so please be understanding.
Freya entered the hall with several senior members of the Ford family. She frowned at my plain clothes and whispered something to Ella. Ella walked over and hissed in a low voice.
Why aren't you wearing proper attire? Do you have any idea what kind of event this is? The Ford family holds immense influence here. Do you want to embarrass us all?
I looked at her.
Someone took my suit.
I nodded toward Owen.
Take a look at what he's wearing. Ask him whose suit that is.
The gala wore on. Mrs. Ford sat at the main table. She swirled her wine glass and studied me for a long while across the crowd. Then she spoke to Windsor Hunter, loud enough for 3 nearby tables to hear every word.
About this engagement,
She took a sip of wine.
look at your son. A mere ordinary beta, dressed like this for such a grand occasion. He cannot hold a candle to Owen.
She set down her glass firmly.
The Hunter family's legacy and status cannot be risked on someone like him. I believe this engagement is best ended.
Windsor Hunter's face flushed bright red, and she nearly dropped her wine glass. Owen rushed to support her arm. He turned to me with a worried expression.
Karen, Mrs. Ford does have a point.
He bit his lip.
Why don't you go upstairs and change? I have several suits in my closet. You may pick any you like.
His words carried an obvious subtext. The legitimate son of the family had to rely on Owen's hand-me-downs. Several wealthy ladies exchanged knowing looks, some putting down their glasses and waited to watch the drama unfold. Freya stood to her feet and walked toward me. A translucent golden lion phantom materialized behind her, and she released her A-rank pheromones. A crushing pressure filled the air as she looked down on me.
Karen Hunter, I'll say this one last time.
Her voice was arrogant.
I will never recognize this engagement. The Hunter family needs a superior alpha bloodline to thrive, not a useless nobody like you. Talk to your parents and end this farce before more time is wasted.
Her voice was not loud, but the entire banquet hall fell silent. All eyes locked on me. Ella stood rooted to the spot. Wraith Hunter, seated at the head table, remained quiet. Windsor Hunter opened her mouth repeatedly, but said nothing. No one stepped forward to defend me. I scanned the crowd, servants ducking their heads, business partners eager for entertainment. I turned my gaze back to Freya and smiled, the unyielding smile my adoptive father had taught me.
Very well. Since Mrs. Ford clearly despises me.
I pulled out my phone and unlocked the screen, showing the dial pad. I pressed dial and turned on the speakerphone.
I'll make a phone call right now.